Hi, everyone. My name is Greg Taylor. I am the Senior Sales Director at LiveIntent here in New York. Joining me today is Janet Levine. She's the Head of Global Invention at Mindshare. Janet, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's everything going so far at the conference? Good?
It's great. Just came off of the panel on Gen Z.
So Janet, you've been at Mindshare for a number of years. You've held a number of different positions, done a couple different practices within the actual agency itself.
Okay.
Tell me, what has your journey and experience been like at the agency, and what keeps you motivated in the role that you're currently in?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I've been with Mindshare for 14 years, which is really hard to believe.
It's incredible in agency life.
I started in media planning, which really gave me the foundation of understanding channels and budgets and working with clients. A lot of that time was spent working on different types of tent poles and really activating the brand in culture. Everything from the NCAA tournament to the Grammys. We'd work with major partners doing retail programs. All of these had a very common theme of creativity. There's a group at Mindshare called Invention Plus. That is a team dedicated to ideas and innovation, basically making media as creative as possible. And so I entered into that group. I spent many years working within that team. I ran the practice in the US. I did a little detour in client leadership, which was an incredible experience to round out not just media planning, not just creative media, but also how to run a business end to end and work with clients. After the client leadership, I moved into the role that I have today, which is all around global invention. Staying motivated, it's pretty easy when I'm just so passionate about media. It really is a playground. Mindshare does a great job of enabling us to be as creative as humanly possible, but also to make sure that we're doing creativity not just for the sake of it. It isn't just about awards. It's about driving outcomes for our clients. It's making sure that we're disruptive in culture, but we're also driving business at the same time.
That's great, and I think it's so crucial to have that practice within the actual agency, because you can take that client-side experience or that client-level experience, but also keep in mind what's new in the industry, how we're evolving, because it seems like every single day something new is coming up. So that's great. It's a great role to have. I guess in that similar vein, as someone who, with your title, how do you stay up to date in industry news, and what do you focus on, and where do you look for new information?
Yeah, I really try to be a student of culture, and I don't think it's in the traditional sense. You're not going to get everything from headlines. I'm a big TikToker, not a creator. I don't do the dances or, try to be an influencer on the side.
Nothing wrong with that. Again, this is the whole evolution of media and evolution of social media too. So
totally. But I'm deep into it. I'm in different corners. I kind of study what the trends are, what communities are being built. I actually also follow a lot of investors. What are these incubators doing with their money? What do they think is the future of marketing, of media, but maybe just of tech at large? So I would say those are a few ways that I try to keep on the pulse of everything, is taking in culture, definite social media, but also looking from an investment perspective, what's happening.
Amazing. Great.
Absolutely.
Invention at work, I guess you could say.
It is.
So I guess kind of taking that a little bit further, how do you identify potential partners or potential new partners to work with? I think as again, the industry evolves. We have the deprecation of third-party cookies on the horizon. How do you evaluate new partners? And what are some of the, I guess I would say, the essential criteria that you need to at least see from a potential new partner before you go and to the activation stage?
Yeah, the way that I think about partners, there's a few angles in. One is big platforms. How do we disrupt within that platform? So there's nothing wrong with these big partners that have a ton of scale, but it's how creative can you be? Another bucket is I'm a big champion of smaller partners. I believe that a media plan can be very balanced, like a balanced portfolio. You're going to have your big reach players, but there's room for small players, because some of these small players have really deep communities. And this is what we were talking about on the panel. It means that you can have a balance and still say, this is a smaller but way more qualified audience, And that it's those media partners that I'm looking for because it's the audience that I'm after. And I want a brand to have a very deep and meaningful connection into those places and spaces.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and this was great talking today. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.